Long trip.
Double. So we'll work it out. Got harder pieces. Leon, here we come.
Yeah.
Right, that'll stay alright. 17 hours to Fredbo. So start now.
Yeah, you too.
Lots of bongos on the way to Noosa, brother. I'm driving and I see my bongos flying on the street. Talk. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Voila!
Yeah.
Hey! We're on tour. That's it. And then we'll just have to redo these with trombone.
Are you for real?
Yeah. Tell me the trombone's got to go in there and he's got a bag, obviously. We'll work it
Wow.
out. Watch us do it. We had to do it by land. 17-hour drive. Sometimes you can't do this by flying. It's not easy because, first of all, instrumentation, one thing. Money-wise, once you've covered airfares and things like that, it's very hard to actually say, okay, we made enough money to go to Fredbo. It's generally it's like that. And if you don't make that extra effort to go and do that, you won't be part of something important like that. So we travel with a 6-piece, 5 of us from here, and we picked up another musician, Guido Mears, Coco from Sydney.
Yeah, papi, ¿cómo anda? Going to see my brother Gus. It's old squash there.
How was the trip?
Oh, tiring. It's like my undies are glued onto my ass.
How you going, man?
Yeah, long trip. Made it.
Yeah.
All good.
That's it, we're here.
Brotherhood.
Brother.
For many years. It's a family, because this music, if you do not connect as a group of people that actually spend more time playing this music together and being the same people keeping the music alive, it becomes hard because it's all about connecting. We already knew that we were going to do the hard driving and having to play tired, arriving there and no much time to do anything. But you have to do all this in the music industry, not only to survive, but also to be in the eye of the crowd and also to be able to keep the music alive. So that's more important for us Latin musicians, I think, sometimes than money.
La cachimba se ha formado la corredera. En el barrio La Cachimba se ha formado la corredera. Allá fueron los bomberos con sus campanas, sus sirenas. Allá fueron los bomberos.
I learned something from one gentleman, and he's one of the maestros of the world, Oscar de Leon. I flew him with 17 musicians to perform. And we were in Melbourne. We got to the actual show, and there was 10 people in the crowd for Oscar de Leon. I got into the dressing room and I said, Oscar, there is 10 people that have paid to get in. What do you want to do? And he said to me, I will play in front of one person like I will play in front of 50,000 people. But I will still perform. Out of all the shows he did in Australia, that was his best performance. And that to me has always given me that drive. It still keeps me the same musician that I will always be. If we perform for one, we perform for 10,000, we perform the same way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tula.
A lot of people have been through CHUKALE. So through the years growing as we grew, some people had to step out, some people stayed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. Thank you very much. See you next time.
When we migrated here in 1971, at the beginning there was nothing with our cultural side of Uruguay, where I come from. So the candombe is what my parents got involved in. My cultural side is my dad, candombe. I owe it to him. He taught me the roots of this, the culture of the Uruguay, the drumming, my mum drinking mate, you know what I mean, all those things. Chorizo, asado on a Sunday, you know, reunions of 50, 60, 100 people in a dance group. That's what my parents had. My house was like clothing, drums, that was all my house. I grew up with that. Grew up with anything else, because my mum would be all week worrying about going to work, coming home sewing for the clothing to be ready for the show. My dad be all week working, coming home, worrying about fixing the drums, skinning the drums, making sure they're all ready for performance on the weekend. Very lucky to be in an amazing country like Australia and keep my culture, but thanks to my parents. So that's important for me to go there and spend that time with my people, because it's sacred, it's very important. When I'm doing that day, the Uruguayan days, because I'm doing that for my dad. Juan, the president of the Uruguayan club here, he's had his time as age, and he finds himself that the only people that can actually look after that place would be his sons, daughters, and a couple of other people. It makes it hard today to do that, because everyone's busy, everyone's doing something. Plus, when you're doing something like that, it's not about the money. I don't believe if the Uruguayan club closes tomorrow, that's the end of Uruguayan people in Queensland, no. So to keep a Uruguayan club running as a social thing has to be either in a place that everyone can get to, have enough members or enough people to support it. It's the reason why we're part of this is because it's not to let our culture die here. Yes, it's sad the Uruguayan club is closing. I have a lot of respect for Juan and his family. They've kept Uruguay alive here in Queensland. We need their help. It's not about me, it's about all of us.
Candombe, Uruguay, chico, piano, repite.
We're aiming now to get together once a month in a community area where we can actually play soccer, play our drums, eat asado. That's important for me. I grew with that, so my son is important that he grows with all that. He's been in Colombia now, he's growing with the language, knows his family, grandparents, everybody, but now it's time to bond with his father. ¿Qué haces, papi?
No te veo.
Espera. ¿Ahora?
Sí,
¿Ves a papá?
mira,
¿Qué es eso?
una foto.
Ay, mira. Estás ahí.
Una foto para llevarlo a Australia.
¿Esa es la foto del jardín?
Sí, sí, es para llevar al avión.
¿Para llevar en el avión? ¿Para Australia?
Sí.
Muy bien. I Skyped the other night at 3 in the morning. He ran out of the room with 2 drumsticks to his own drum kit. And I had to go into the garage, yes or yes, at 4 in the morning, while my boys were here, to play drum kit with him on Skype. Doesn't matter whether it's 6 in the morning. For me, it's important to go and do it because I'm not there with him, so I have to do it here, from here. So when the time he comes here, he already knows he has a drum kit here.
¿Estás nervioso? No. Ahí viene Julito. Ahí viene. Ahí viene.
Se fue a saludar a los pilotos. Sí. Ay, Dios mío.
¿Unos más caros?
Más carros.
Mira los carros que hay ahí, papá.
Mira.
No sé, este sigue su carro de carreras.
¿Qué te trajo Papá Noel? Wow, eso es un carrazo. A ver qué más hay ahí. Muchos carros.
Espera que ahorita se le cayó la tapita.
Este sí, a vos. I have a son, so my life has changed. I start to see the future now. Before you used to see the future of yourself and the people that are working with you and doing your things of what you do. Now my focus is the future of my son, where he's going to be able to do what I did. If he doesn't want to do that, at the end of the day, it's his choice. You can't force your son or anybody. But I've got to expose it to him, to pass on what my dad passed on to me, to my son. And that, my son, hopefully, tomorrow will be able to do the same thing too, with his children.
Oye, llegó la salsa de Australia. Salsa from Down Under, salsa from Oz.